Eazy-E, the Godfather of Gangsta Rap, a true street docs exclusive. Chapter 1. Birth of a Legend, 1963-1964. Timeline, Sept 3, 1963, or Sept 7, 1964. Eric Lynn. Wright is born. Location, Compton, California. Parents, Richard Wright, a postal worker, and Kathy Wright, a school administrator. Eric grows up during a time when Compton is changing from a largely middle-class black suburb into a battleground of poverty, drugs, and gang wars. His upbringing is humble, his family is hardworking and deeply rooted in Compton. But outside the front door, the streets were shifting. Eazy later described Compton as a war zone. And for young black teens in the late 70s and early 80s, gangs were a reality as present as school or chores. Chapter 2. Kelly Park, Compton's cradle of hard knocks, late 1970s, early 1980s. Neighborhood, Kelly Park, Southeast Compton, a known stronghold of the Crips. Gang set, documented affiliation, Kelly Park Compton Crips, KPCC. Eric leaves high school in 10th grade, later completing a GED. By his mid-teens, he is running the streets with Kelly Park associates and learning the hustler mentality that his environment practically demanded. Street reality timeline, 1980. Age, current 16. Begins hustling small street business. 1981 to 1983. Graduates to dealing marijuana, one of his primary income sources. 1984-1985. Gains a reputation as a slick, smart, fast-talking hustler. Though legend sometimes exaggerates, multiple independent sources all agree. Eazy was a real product of his neighborhood, not a studio creation. He lived the life N.W.A. later rapped about, and he made money doing it. By 1986, after years of street-level hustling, Wright is believed to have as much as $250,000 saved, an enormous sum for a Compton youth in his early 20s. But then everything changes. A close cousin is murdered. The violence hits home and Eric begins to rethink his future. Chapter 3. From Hustler to Businessman, 1986 to 1987. With street money saved and danger creeping closer, Eric looks for a new path. That path begins in an unlikely place, his parents' garage. Key events timeline 1986. Eric builds a makeshift studio at home. 1986 to 1987. Experiments with early solo tracks. Early 1987. Meets music industry veteran Jerry Heller. Together, Wright and Heller agree to form a record label. On March 3, 1987, Ruthless Records is born. Ownership breakdown. Eazy-E, 80% Heller, 20% management, industry connections. Eric Wright, once a Kelly Park teenager hustling weed, is now the owner of a fully independent record label. The streets funded the dream, but music would make him a legend. Chapter 4. Birth of N.W.A. straight out of Compton, 1987 to 1989. Eazy recruits other local talent, forming the nucleus of what would become one of the most important rap groups in history. Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre DJ, Yella, MC Ren, Arabian Prince, early member. Timeline, N.W.A.'s rise. 1987, Boys in the Hood is recorded. 1987, N.W.A. and the Posse introduces the group. 1988, OG. Recording raps for Straight Outta Compton. Jan 25, 1989, Straight Outta Compton officially drops. The album shocks America. Sales world impact. Straight Outta Compton goes 3x platinum. Launches West Coast gangsta rap into mainstream consciousness. Forces the nation to confront issues of policing, racism, poverty, and violence. This era also highlights Eazy-E's business genius. He is funding, releasing, owning, and performing on a multi-platinum album, all through his own label. Chapter 5. Eazy-E solo, the icon emerges 1988 to 1993. Eazy Does It, 1988. Released, Nov 22, 1988. Producers Dr. Dre, DJ Yella. Certification, 2x platinum sales. Over 2.5 million copies. A blend of gangsta bravado, Compton street life, humor, and raw charisma. Eazy's unique high-pitched delivery and attitude make him instantly recognizable. 55150. Home for the Sick, 1992. Released, Deck, 1992. First EP goes gold, shows Eazy evolving lyrically. It's On, Dr. Dre, 187 Killa, 1993, released. Oct 19, 1993, 2x Platinum. And 1RB Hip Hop contains Real Motherfucking G's, one of the biggest diss tracks in hip hop history. Chapter 6. Ruthless Records. The empire Eazy built. Late 80s, mid 90s. Eazy wasn't just a rapper, he was an executive, discovering and signing groups that would become legendary. Ruthless Records roster, key artists, N.W.A, The D, OC JJ Fad, Platinum with Supersonic Michelle Above the Law, Cocaine H.W.A Bone Thugs and Harmony, his biggest signing after N.W.A, Bone Thugs Timeline 1993, group travels from Cleveland to find Eazy. Late 1993, signed to Ruthless, renamed Bone Thugs and Harmony. 1994, Creepin' on a Come Up EP released, 4x Platinum. 1995, E. 1999, Eternal Drops, multi-platinum. 1996, The Crossroads wins a Grammy, dedicated to Eazy's memory. Bone Thugs considered Eazy their mentor and father figure in the industry. Chapter 7. Dr. Dre, Death Row and the Contract Battle, 1991 to 1993. By 1991, N.W.A is fracturing. Ice Cube had already left over money disputes. Dr. Dre and the D, OC are next. The contract situation, Dre is signed to Ruthless and cannot legally leave. Suge Knight, acting as Dre's new manager, uses intimidation tactics to force Eazy to release Dre. Under pressure, Eazy signs Dre's release, but negotiates a settlement ensuring he continues to earn money from Dre's early Death Row output. Eazy responds with lawsuits, diss tracks, Real Motherfucking G's, aggressive promotion of ruthless artists. The feud shapes early 90s West Coast rap. Chapter 8. Personal life, family, wife, children. Wife. Tamika Woods Wright. Married Eazy just 12 days before his death. Mother of 2 of his children. Dominic Dijah. Dijah, born 6 months after Eazy's passing. After his death, she becomes CEO of Ruthless Records. Children, documented public names. Eazy is widely reported to have 11 children. Publicly known, Eric Darnell Wright, Lil Eazy-E, Marquise Wright, Young Eazy, Derek Wright, Baby Eazy-E, E3, Aaron Bria Wright, EB, Henry Wright, Remarkable, Dominic Wright, Dijah Nakia Wright, Erica Wright. His children continue his legacy through music, activism, and film. Chapter 9. Final Days Passing, 1995. Timeline of Illness. Feb 24, 1995. Eazy-E enters Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for a severe cough. March 16, 1995. Announces publicly he has AIDS. March 26, 1995. Eric Eazy-E Wright passes away at age 30 or 31 depending on birth year dispute. Aftermath. Over 3,000 people attend his funeral at Rose Hills. His death shockwaves through hip-hop and brings national attention to HIV/AIDS in minority communities. Chapter 10. Legacy. The Godfather of Gangsta Rap. Eazy-E's influence is vast and measurable. Helped launch N.W.A, one of the most important groups in music history. Built Ruthless Records, a blueprint for black ownership in hip-hop. Signed Bone Thugs and Harmony, one of rap's greatest harmony groups. Introduced the world to gangster rap, Compton realities, and West Coast production. Sold tens of millions of records collectively across the Ruthless catalog. Became a symbol of hustle, entrepreneurship, street realism, and cultural disruption. Today, Eazy is remembered as a pioneer, a visionary businessman, a street legend, a father of modern West Coast rap, and most fittingly, the Godfather of Gangsta Rap. By